Welcome back. In this presentation, we're going to offer a broad overview of the structure and function of the methods section of a research paper. This is a highly formulaic section, and like the introduction, consists of 3 rhetorical moves. These are, to begin with, a description of the materials. And by materials we could be referring to chemicals, a cell line, experimental animals, or even human subjects. The second move is the description of what was actually done with the materials. And this could involve the delivery of an experimental drug to a cell line, the mixing and analysis of chemicals, or perhaps the performance of surgery on experimental animals or human patients. The third and final section is our analysis of the data, and this often includes a statistical analysis. In a later video, we'll talk specifically about how these 3 moves are realized in clinical studies. However, for today, we want to take a broader view and ask why we have these 3 moves at all. What is the purpose of the methods section anyway? The classical standard by which a methods section is judged is that another investigator, familiar with the area of research in question, should be able to duplicate the work based on the methods section of the paper. However, in truth, researchers seldom repeat the experiments of others. And if they wanted to, they could just as easily telephone or email the previous author to get all of the helpful hints, which probably weren't in the methods section to begin with. That's what I've done in the past when I wanted to repeat one particular procedure from another researcher's experiment. My point is that the methods sections fulfill another, and perhaps these days, more important function. You remember how the introduction served to justify the study? Well, the higher purpose of the methods section is to have readers believe the results. And this is achieved in the methods section by demonstrating how rigorously the study was executed. The author is saying, look, you can believe these results because, well, look here, this is how scrupulously we performed the study. This is how they convince reviewers and publishers to publish their paper, and this is how they convince other stakeholders, clinicians, fellow scientists, or policymakers to accept the results. As you would expect by now, writers use some particular tactics to achieve believability, and we will talk about these in future videos. But for now, I'll give you just a hint of some of the linguistic tactics which really characterize methods sections. These include, most notably, the use of the passive voice and the use of what linguists refer to as hype, tactics to exaggerate the rigor with which the experiment was performed. We will also see a strong preference for particular nouns, noun phrases, and verbs. There's a whole language of methods section, and we will begin to delve into that in our next video. See you then.